so we weren't planning on making this video, but Gopowersports launched a new part that we're super excited about. It's called the Juggernaut 30 Series Torque Converter Driver. And essentially what it's going to do is it raises the engagement to 2,500 RPMs, and it basically allows, like, I don't know, if people with torque converters, you might have noticed that if you have a built engine, it's kind of held back with like slippage and stuff, especially at higher RPMs. Taylor at Gopowersports has told me he's revved one of these things up to 8,500 without slippage, which is pretty insane. Like, you got to build a Predator pretty far to get to those numbers. So let's get to unboxing this. But I think what we're going to do in this video is we're going to take this our little quad out, do a test comparison between like kind of its launch time. Maybe we can do like a 60-foot time, its top speed, and then just kind of like the regular, like, you know, the butt dyno effect, and then we can swap it out, put on the Juggernaut, and then do the same thing, and we should definitely be able to see some serious results. All right, so let's get to unboxing. We got the new Gopowersports logo stickers. They always send you stickers with your stuff, but here she is, guys. And with a name like Juggernaut, you know they shouldn't be messing around with that, but look at this. It's so beefy. Let's see if I can kind of separate the parts here. I really don't know. I don't think so, but wow, look at this. Yeah, so this is basically like a mini 780 pulley. So that's gonna be super cool. So with that being said, we're gonna bring this and our ATV and do some testing.
All right, so we're here kind of at the road that we did the top speed on the rotary. And the first thing we're gonna do for this is the top speed. And then after that, we'll do kind of a little acceleration test and time from just the sign to the end of the truck. And then we'll have some kind of a basis to compare against the Juggernaut. Alright, it handled it pretty well. I mean, this road's kind of bumpy, so the suspension, it really did over there get kind of sketchy. But yeah, it seems actually pretty fast. Like, I don't know, maybe 30 something, 40.
Yeah, did you record it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so we're looking at it right now, and right here we go. So yeah, our top speed was 45.
Actually pretty
we
good.
We hit it more than once too. Like over here we got 44. So I mean, there's no reason to believe it's not true. So sweet. Yeah, 45 miles an hour on this thing, that's already more than we need.
Yeah.
But it'll definitely be going faster. Next thing we're gonna see is kind of the difference in how they launch. So we're just gonna kind of do like a visual and like butt dyno difference and to see how it feels and what it looks like. So Alright, so now we're gonna do a little drag race. We're just gonna be lined up with the edge of the tailgate on the truck, and then we're gonna time our time that it takes to get to that sign over there.
Yep. So I'm gonna go down there by the sign and I'll count you off, and then we're gonna go 3, 2, 1, go. You'll launch on go. We'll probably just do 2 tests.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
That's all we need. So sweet. 2, 1, go. That's 5.7 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. 2, 1, go. All right, 5.60. That was more consistent with our last test. So our test went really well. We're basically gonna say we had about a 5.65 second little drag race here, because essentially we had one 5.6 run and then 2 5.7 runs. I'm rounding, of course, there, but we had consistent results with all 3. So now let's just swap out the Juggernaut and we'll show you how easy it is to kind of make a big change to your torque converter setup. All right, so step 1, be sure to ride it for a long time so it's like scorchingly hot, and then could use an impact. We just use that. There we go. I do believe you used the factory bolt you had before, and that's what we're gonna do because that's all we brought, and I think that's the thread for this motor. And just a little disclaimer, y'all, like, I'm sure you'll see results on any engine you put this on, but the idea is this is so you can use your torque converter to get the most out of a built engine that's going to be spinning a little bit harder, and you know, just like, because the idea is when you have the built parts, like, belt spin is a lot more apparent. So we're just trying to kind of mitigate those results. Here's the Juggernaut driver. Try to do this without stretching out the belt or having to take anything apart. Boom, easy money. Woohoo, look at, wow, it's beefier. It is way beefier, people.
So before we start launching it, we're just gonna make sure it's kind of warmed up and broken in a little bit. So we'll just drive it a little bit around, do top speed and everything first. Then we'll launch it, see how it does.
I'm excited. It's beautiful though. Jason had a big old smile on his face. Oh wow.
That was just a really small first little test, but I mean, y'all can definitely hear that,
yeah,
right?
she screams.
Yeah, it just feels like it's more in its happy rev range versus being kind of bogged down.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm gonna start the screen recording and we'll see how fast this thing goes.
Nice. This is sketchy stuff we're doing for research purposes. Woo!
All right.
What you thinking?
It feels faster.
Yeah.
Fuel. All right, so we hit 48 miles an hour, which is, you know, it's an increase. It's not like night and day, but I will say it definitely does feel a lot different. I mean, obviously the engine's not making any more power. The engine's completely the same. The torque converter more like shifts the RPM that the engine's working in. So say that, like, you really don't need it on a stock one because that one performs best between like maybe 3,000 and 5,000 RPM. But this engine definitely performs better at higher RPM. So at changing the torque or changing into the Juggernaut, it definitely makes, like, shifts it so that it works in the RPM it wants to work at.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's definitely an obvious difference. The engine just seems like happier, like it's breathing better. The higher RPM, it's not like feeling bogged. So yeah, I mean, I'd say it's definitely really helpful, and especially like if you built your engine more than this, you definitely need a Juggernaut. It would definitely make huge difference. All right, so now we're just gonna do some launches, see if it's any different, and then we'll do our drag races. Yeah, once again, like not night and day, but launching it definitely lets you feel that it's like letting the engine rev rather than just kind of sticking at a point and going. So like if y'all could hear that, it just, I don't know, it felt more normal. Like the engine climbed an RPM as it increased speed. So, I mean, it did feel like it launched a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think also like this isn't like a mini bike because like what's happening is when we're like, it doesn't wheelie because like when you launch it, it just like goes down more.
Yeah, we
like
could look if it squats more or something.
I bet it does. And I think the biggest our biggest test is going to be our drag race. So let's let's line up by the truck and we'll do it right now.
Let's see it.
One, go. See if we can get to 5.38. That's a lot faster, guys. 2, 1, go. Go. All right, that was a slow launch for sure, but it was still faster. So 5.45, I think the results are in. The Juggernaut deserves its name, for sure. 5.45, but your launch is a little off, but it's fine, like it's still faster with a bad launch.
That's true, yeah. So we got 5.10?
5.10, 5.45, and 5.3.
Cool.
And before it was like 5.65.
Yeah.
And we're talking in like, this much road, that's huge. Those seconds are huge.
Short.
Yeah. How'd it feel?
Yeah, I mean, when I said, or like previously I said the launches weren't that different. They're pretty different. I mean, obviously it's the same engine, so it was a little bit harder, but not like incredibly harder. But it just, the way it revved up in this short space of time, it was much more natural, and it felt like the engine was breathing, and like, I don't know, it felt more like a normal car rather than like a torque converter-y thing. So
yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool, so I think now what we're gonna do is try to find some gravel and just have some fun with the Juggernaut. Woo. So our testing's over, now we can just kind of have some fun ripping it around. So I guess they're gonna get my opinion of, I haven't ridden this thing without the torque converter for at least a month now, so let's see what the Juggernaut's like. All right, Jason, I don't know how you went 50 miles an hour on this thing, like on these roads, because I was like, I probably hit 20 and I was like so sketched out.
Yeah, this thing definitely, I mean, I don't know if y'all can tell, like shake it around. This bearing right there is blown, so it has, is it just like seized?
I don't know.
Well, it's kind of.
There you go, you can see it now. See that?
Yeah, okay, so this side, if you can see the camber is off. But yeah, it's not very stable, but it's fun.
Yeah, I'll just launch it a couple times. I want to take it on some gravel for sure.
Definitely. So on that note, we have thoroughly tested the Juggernaut, and I gotta say, it's really awesome. I mean, the more you build your engine, definitely the more the Juggernaut will make a difference and the more you'll need it. But I mean, it's definitely noticeable. The engine seems a lot healthier and kind of like revving through its revs a lot better. And as you can see, we really ragged on it for like an hour, and it showed no signs of overheating or any of the other things that you sometimes get on the normal torque converter. A lot of times if we rip it for a long time, those will start to kind of wear and start slipping more and more. But with this, no signs of that at all. So all in all, it's really good. Really glad we got it for this thing. So thank you for watching. Make sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram. Thank you, Gopowersports. All the parts on this build are from Gopowersports. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you next time.